Hey everybody, this is Modern Refugee. We're out here on the lake fishing, sitting on the break wall. This is where we're at. Kind of calm on this side of the break wall. The wind's coming in from the northwest, which is the other side, and you can hear the waves crashing in on the other side of the break wall here. We're actually trying to catch some whitefish or lake trout today here. They come in this channel here along the break wall. I don't know if you can see out there, but there's a bunch of merganders out there, and they were kind of right here where we set up. Merganders are a fish duck, and the merganders like the bait fish, and of course the bait fish bring in the big fish. So anyway, we're gonna sit here for a little bit. If we catch anything, I'll show you what they look like. All right, what I'm fishing with here, I just pulled this line in. My one pole is a perch rig, and you can see there I got a minnow on it. And a perch rig is basically two hooks on a tangle-free swivel setup, and then you put a sinker on the end of it to take it down to the bottom, and you fish it off the bottom. This particular pole that I got right here is what they call an open face, and actually my fishing buddy told me that I need to keep the bail open on this so the fish swallows it completely, and then close the bail before you reel it in. So that's how I've been fishing this particular rig here. Got a nice hole in the rock over here to set that, so that's good to go. And then the other thing that I'm fishing is what's called a Clio, which is basically a curved spoon, and we haven't caught anything yet, but the guys down from us have caught a couple of lake trout, and it looks like they were catching those on the spoons. So I got two different setups. Make sure that when you're fishing, you keep enough tackle with you that you can sort of stay adaptable, and you can switch back and forth depending on what the fish are biting on. Never just go out with one hook. Always take a couple different setups with you. Anyway, I'm going to keep casting here. Maybe I can catch something and show you guys what a fish looks like.
Well, I don't know. He either stayed on it or he didn't stay on it. So he didn't stay on. Sure.
All right, I got my first fish of the day. Got a nice lake trout here. He hit that blue and white Clio that I've been casting for the last hour or so. We're going to get him up there in the cooler and get him squared away so we can have him for dinner. Little tip from my fishing buddy. He says when you catch lake trout, you always want to cut the gills after you catch it so they bleed out, and that reduces the fishy taste of the lake trout. That's why it's always good to pay attention to what other people say when you go out fishing, hunting, camping, whatever, because multiple minds are always better than one. So we're gonna wash my knife off here and get the blood off of it. Another reason why you always want to have sort of a corrosion-free knife when you're out fishing like this. So you want to stick with some kind of stainless steel. Well, we are off to another spot. Caught that one lake trout here. Now we're going to go up the road a little bit to one of the small rivers up here and see if we can't catch some sucker. All right, guys, we're at the second spot for the day here. We're on a small river. We're probably about a half, 3/4 of a mile in from the big lake here. And this time of year in Michigan, suckers come out of the deep water and they come up into these rivers and they spawn, both white sucker and red horse. So those are typically what you're going to fish in rivers like this in the early spring like it is right now. We're actually using a combination of minnows and night crawlers. See which will work better for us. Got my pole just jammed in the rocks there, kind of stuck up in the air, got the line tight, and then we just watch the tips to see if we get a bite on anything. Anyway, if we catch something, I'll come back and I'll show you what they look like. my fishing buddy here, Big R, he's got a little advice to give you guys out there if you're ever fishing rivers here in the spring for a sucker. Go ahead, tell them what you told me.
Well, when you're fishing on a river such as the Rifle River, that river is cloudy, and it has like clay silt into it, along with leaves that wash in, and it just silts it up so that they're not quite as sensitive as far as seeing you. So you can make motion along the bank and get away with it better. On a river like this, the water is clearer, and you want to try to avoid, after you get your poles cast and set where you want them, and try to avoid walking up and down the bank or making much commotion, because they'll see you. And the suckers, a lot of times, the red horse, the white suckers, and even the darks will come up and they'll lay right up tight to the drop cut bank, you know, for if it's like 2 feet or 3 feet deep. Here they'll lay where it's about almost 3.5, 4 feet deep. They'll lay right there, but they can see in this clear water in the daytime like this, and you'll spook them off. So you got to be really careful here onto the bank. That's how much commotion you make, or you will end up probably not getting much for bites. But on this current, probably 3 miles an hour.
Yep. So
cast out to the middle, and let the current work your bait to the left of you.
You always want to let nature take charge. You don't want to disturb as much stuff as possible. But yeah, walking around on the bank and making a lot of noise and casting your shadow down in the water is going to give you problems. You can see what Richard's got down there. He's got his poles leaned up on some blocks and a Y stick that he found, so it makes it easier to see the action of the pole. Anyway, just wanted to share.
Stay close to your pole.
Oh yeah,
because these the red horse that come through, they're about 22, 23 inches, and they can pull your pole into the creek.
Oh yeah, I guarantee you there's probably a few fishing poles out here in the water, and more hooks and sinkers than you can shake a stick at. But anyway, just wanted to let Big Rich here give his advice out to all you people out there, so you can learn. It's always good to learn from these trips. Well, the sucker aren't biting, so we've decided that we're going to pull our lines in and call it a day. We did get that one lake trout, so that'll be enough for dinner one night. And sucker, when they run in the spring, there's a lot of things that affect it. You know, they got to have the right water temperature. The lake level was actually a little bit low when we came up here because we seen a couple of sandbars, and there's a sandbar out at the mouth of this river. So like I said, there's a lot of things that can affect it. But hope you guys enjoyed this little video here. Just a couple of preppers out fishing and enjoying the outdoors today. But anyways, Modern Refugee, appreciate all my subscribers out there. I hope you guys got a little information, a little entertainment out of this video here, and you guys have a good one.